So sit comfortably. Just root down through your sit bones. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. Take a deep breath in. And then sigh the breath out. Really good. Close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, hands in prayer. See if you can root those sit bones down any more and sit tall as much as you can. Feel the crown of your head just growing up and your sit bones rooted. Taking a deep inhale, breathe all the way down into your belly and sigh the breath out. And again, really send the breath down, down, and sigh the breath out. Reach your arms up, fingertips facing each other, so draw those pinky fingers in, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, reach up, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, left hand comes down to the side. Reach up through the right arm and reach over to the left. Try not to roll that right shoulder over your ear. Roll that right shoulder back, open up through the chest. See if you can lengthen that right arm any longer. Bend the left elbow so you can use that traction with the floor. Take a deep breath in and smile as you sigh the breath out. Good. Inhale, come back up to the center. Both arms up, turn those pinky fingers in. Right hand comes down, walk the right hand out to the side, bend the right elbow, stretch up to the left side of the body, reach up, reach up, reach up, and then come over to the right. Really stretch the whole left side of your body. Roll that left shoulder back over your ear. Good, chest stays open. Take an inhale, exhale, reach a little bit more, and come back up to the center. Both hands on the floor. Roll your shoulders, nice big rolls, back. 2 more, and forward. 1 more. Good. You're going to stay seated with your legs crossed. Have a go with your legs crossed. If you need to swap, you can also just bring your soles together with your knees out to the side. That's an option, but try seated first. Fingertips come onto the floor. You're going to just walk your hands forward. So you're staying, keeping those sit bones on the floor, hinging from the hips. Walking your hands forward and bending your elbows just so you can tuck your chin in and release that tension from your neck. Stay here. On the next inhale, see if you can walk those hands forward any more. So keep those fingertips on the floor so the arms stay active. Keep rolling your shoulders away from you. Keep hinging forward through the hips. Chest is drawing towards the floor, stretching your outer thighs, breathing in. Bending the elbows, see if you can fold back down. Take 1 more to lengthen. So walk those hands forward a little bit more if you can and roll your shoulders back. Lift up through the chest, see if you can lengthen and exhale, bend the elbows and fold down. Slowly walk your hands back towards your hips. Bring yourself back up. Reach your arms up over your head. Bring your hands together. You're going to release your top 2 fingers, so your what they call index fingers reach up, and then you're going to bend your elbows and draw those index fingers down to behind you so they're pointing down into between your shoulder crease. Squeeze your elbows together, keep the chest open. Inhale here, exhale, release your arms out to the side, give it a shake. Roll forward, coming onto your hands and knees. We'll take our cat-cows. So we should be nice and aware of how we set this up now. So you've got your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, top of your feet rest on the floor. Look down and hug your belly back towards your spine. Crown of your head shoots forward, sit bones shoot back. Take a couple of breaths here just to have a nice neutral spine, just to engage. So then when you do inhale, you can really release your belly down. So 2 more breaths, just find that natural rhythm where you're just nice and straight, spine's long, gaze is down, head's forward, sit bones back, no dips in your spine. On the next inhale, you're going to tilt that pelvis up and drop your belly down. Chest comes forward, you're going to look up. Good. Then as you exhale, you're going to tuck the sit bone under, stretch your shoulders up to the ceiling, look down, look through your knees if you can, tuck that chin into the chest. Again, breathe in, really release your belly as you inhale. And roll your shoulders back, lift the chest. So it's a lovely curve. Lower back dips down. Exhale, round it out. So tuck that sit bone under, stretch the shoulders up to the sky. I'm just going to swap positions just so you can see. Deep breath in, drop that belly down, really accentuate that lower back. Your hips shoot up, roll your shoulders back, lift up through the chest. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, tuck the sit bone under, stretch your shoulders up to the ceiling, hug your belly in. 2 more. Inhale. Belly down, hips up, roll your shoulders, chest up, look up. Exhale, round it out. So tuck that sit bone under, stretch your shoulders up nice and high. Last one. Big release as you inhale. Chest forward, roll the shoulders, look up, exhale, round it out. And hold it here. Hug that belly up to your spine and hug those shoulders up nice and high. You're engaged into your triceps, your belly's drawn in, so your pelvic floor's engaged. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees up a couple of inches, and then sit your hips back towards your heels. Reach your hands forward, and then shoot your hips up to the sky. Look up underneath you, so you're looking up at your belly button. Find your downward dog, drawing those heels down to the floor. Breathing in and breathing out, lovely upside down V. Bend the left knee, drop the right heel, and then swap sides, so just playing here. Keep breathing, drawing your chest back towards your thighs and lifting your hips up. Deep breaths. Slowly lower back down, onto all fours. Release your feet, drop your belly as you inhale, roll the shoulders, look up. Exhale, tuck the sit bone under and stretch your shoulders nice and high. Take your knees to the outer edges of the mat, bring your toes together, sit down on those heels, come into a child's pose. So walk your hands forward, drop your head down onto the floor. Stay here and lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the back body, through the side body. Rock out through your hips, rock out through your shoulders. Inhaling here. Sigh the breath out. Staying low. You're going to come up onto your fingertips, so gripping the floor with your fingertips. Elbows and wrists come up off the floor. Your arms stay straight and your fingertips stay on the floor. Activating your triceps, just increasing that stretch through the arms, drawing your shoulder blades away from each other. Inhale and exhale, releasing your wrists and elbows back down onto the floor. Slowly walking your hands over to the left. So just take your time because you're going to stretch into the right side of your body. You bring your left hand, but both hands over to the left. Right cheek, right forehead, rest on the floor as you stretch the whole of the right side. Inhaling here, exhaling, leaving your left hand where it is. See if you can walk your right hand over to your left and just placing your right hand on top of your left, stretching a little bit more. And then maybe releasing the left hand down to your left ankle. Really just drawing that right side all the way over. Keep breathing. Come back to the center. We're going to do the same on the other side. So slowly walking your left hand and right hand over to the right. You're going to rest your cheek on the floor. Keep drawing your hips down to your heels and reaching your hands forward. To increase the stretch, just bring your left hand over your right, just pushing your left palm down onto the top of your right hand as you just increase that stretch on the left side of your body. And then releasing the right hand down, take the right hand down, maybe reach hold of your right ankle. Just resting your head on the floor, stretching the whole of the left side of the body. Breathe in and then come back into your child's pose with your hands extended out in front of you, head on the floor. Slowly walk your hands back onto the mat to underneath your shoulders, finding your tabletop position again. Take one more spinal roll, so one more round of your cat-cow. Breathe in, drop your belly, hips up nice and high, give it a wiggle, look up. Exhale, round it out, suck that tummy in, stretch your shoulders up to the ceiling. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, sit your hips back towards your heels, and then find your downward dog. And this time pedal your feet. So bending the left knee, stretching the right heel down, and then swapping sides. Keep moving, finding a nice place just to breathe and be still. This is your active rest. Roll those shoulder blades away from each other, away from your ears. Keep looking up at your belly button. Keep drawing down through those heels. Lifting your hips up as high as you can, lengthening through your body. Take your feet wider than the mat now, toes face forward, heels draw down onto the floor, and lift your hips up a little bit more. Take a deep breath in and sigh the breath out. Then bring your feet back together, hip distance apart. Come up high on your tiptoes and roll forward, finding a high plank. So your hips come in line with your shoulders. Just drop your hips down a little bit more. So you might need to take your feet back a bit wider because you want to have your hips and shoulders in line. There you go, a little bit more, lower those hips a bit more. And then lower your knees down. So you've got your tabletop. So from here, with your knees on the floor, keep your hips in line with your shoulders. So you want to have a nice straight back. Take the left foot to the back and tuck the left toe. And then keeping your hips exactly where they are, hips and hands stay where they are. Right foot comes back. Find your plank that way, so you've got a nice long spine. There you go. So you want to always make sure your hips are in line with your shoulders. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees down. Release the top of your feet, so the top of the feet on the floor, and the elbows tuck in towards your torso. So you draw your shoulders forward, bend the elbows, lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything release on the floor. Make a pillow with those hands. Rest your forehead on those hands, on that pillow, and point your toes away from you. Breathe in here and release. Rock your hips, rock your shoulders slowly. Find your way back into your downward dog. So hands come underneath your shoulders, push down through your hands, knuckles and wrists, elbows tucked in. Tuck those toes under, lift yourself up, come to tabletop, lift the hips up, lift the knees up, draw your heels back into your downward dog. So finding your downward dog, whatever feels good for you. You're going to just root down through the left heel, point the right toe, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bring that right knee towards your nose, hug it in nice and strong, and then place the right foot at the front of the mat inside your hands. So your left foot stays at the back, you're lunging now, so you've got that left foot tucked in, left heel's back, right knee's tracking the right ankle. Good, so you're going to straighten the right leg, lift the right hip up. At the same time, bend the left knee, almost as if you're ready to sprint, and hop the left foot forward, come into your forward fold. Stay down low, you don't want to come up too hard, look at your knees, and roll here from side to side. So you're just doing your raggy doll. Softening your knees and rolling up. Come up to stand. Finding your mountain pose. Good. So standing tall in your mountain pose. Just give yourself a wriggle. Wriggle your hips, wriggle your shoulders. Root down through those feet. We're going to come into our chair. So bring those feet together. Squeeze everything together. Your whole root is nice and strong here. Sweep your hands behind you as you inhale. Then as you exhale, bending your knees, sit your hips back, root down through those feet, sweep your arms forward. Beautiful. Squeeze those legs together, squeeze your knees together, thighs together, give yourself a smile, hug your belly back towards your spine. Reach those hands forward, sit back a little bit more. Exhale, release, come into that forward fold. So draw the hips up, drop the head down. As you breathe in, sweep the palms up onto your shins, roll your shoulders back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down again, hands are just heavy. As you inhale, you're going to root to rise. So root down through those feet, bend the knees and sweep your arms up all the way. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to go straight into a lovely balance. So Root down through that left foot. You're going to lift the right heel off the floor. So roll up onto your right toes. Right toes are tucking. Then you're going to just lift the right foot off the floor. Bend that right knee. See if you can flex that right foot and hold it here. Find a space to look and root down through the left feet. Nice strong roots. Draw that belly back. Keep flexing that right foot. As you breathe in, release the arms and bring your arms up outside your ears so your fingertips are just facing each other. Pinky fingers drawn in, roll those shoulders back, lovely and rooted. Breathe in here, breathe out. We're slowly going to bend that left knee and sit the right foot over the left thigh. So you're just going to squeeze those thighs together and then keep sitting back, sitting back, sitting back. So you're going to tuck that right knee over the right left knee and point the right toe away from you and sit back. So try and squeeze those thighs together so your knees are tracking each other. Hands come to your heart. Sitting back and see if you can release your arms out to the side. Flying eagles here. Sit back, chest forward. Sit back, chest forward. Roll those shoulders. Keep that balance. Smile. Slowly start to bring yourself up. If you fall out, it's fine. Just come back into it. See if you can come back the way we came in. See if you can come out the way we came in. Well done. Give yourself a shake. You were there. That was great. So, and I just chucked the balance in right at the beginning, so don't worry. Okay, so we're going to do the same on the other side. Let's just stretch out first. We'll do another chair just so the legs are strong. Root down through your feet, soften your knees. Sweep your hands back, almost as if you're skiing, and then sit down into your chair position. So sit those hips back, squeeze your knees together. See if you can draw your knees back over your heels so your hips are back and you're not lunging forward, okay? So your knees are directly over your ankles and you're sitting back. Hands come behind you. Breathing in, as you breathe out, sweep the arms up and sit back even more. Keep the chest up high. Squeeze those inner thighs. This is hard. Draw your belly back. Chest open. Breathe in. Give yourself a smile. Exhale, release. Hands down, hips up, head down nice and low. Soften through the knees. Breathe in, sweep your palms up onto your shins. Roll your shoulders back, chest forward, halfway lift. And breathe out, bend the knees and fold back down. Inhale and root to rise. So really strong on those feet. Bring yourself all the way up. Arms up. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. But I just want you to be aware that different sides feel different. Read that as I will probably fall out. So root down through that right foot. Find a space to look. You're just going to lift up the left heel. Take it slow. So by the time that the left toes come off the floor, it's just natural. So you're just peeling that foot off the floor. Once you're up, flex the left foot away from you. Find that focus and find that balance. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep the right leg nice and rooted, so all four corners of the foot are really rooted down. Breathing in, arms come up. Really shoot those fingers up to the ceiling as you ground down through your right foot. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowly bending the right knee, just tucking the left leg over the right knee. Bring your hands down to your heart to steady yourself. Try and squeeze those knees together, thighs together as you sit back. Hinging forward from the hips, chest is forward, good. Breathing in and out. See if you can take those arms out to the side so you're flying here. Roll those shoulders away. Keep that right foot rooted. Give yourself a smile. You're doing good. There you go. Keep squeezing those thighs together. Point that left toe. And slowly bring yourself back up. Lift the left knee up and flex down. Give yourself a shake. Well done. See, it's different on different sides. Okay, stand nice and tall. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Hinge forward, come to that halfway lift. Grab hold now of your big pinky toe, your thumbs with your toes. Lost the words. With your thumbs and pinky fingers. Squeezing those toes up towards your head. Elbows out to the side, draw your head down, stretching into those hamstrings. Taking an inhale and exhale. Okay, releasing your hands, they're nice and heavy. Hands come onto the floor, soften your knees if you need to. And while you've got your hands on the floor, see if you can bring your hips a little bit higher. So using your hands on the floor to draw your head down and lift the hips. If you need to have your hands forward, that's a good option. You just want to keep that balance, but bringing your weight forward onto the balls of your feet, just giving yourself that feeling of drawing forward, stretching into the hamstrings. Softening the knees, slowly rolling up, coming up to stand. Really good. Okay, grab a drink and then come back down into your child's pose. So finding your resting, take the knees out to the side, toes together, sit back on those heels, walk your hands forward, find that child's pose, head on the floor. Nice long spines here, long fingers. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And then slowly walk your hands back to under your shoulders, bring those knees to face forward, tuck the toes, finding your downward dog. We're going to do a three-legged dog. It's a fun one, so make sure you've got space either side. If you need to shuffle over to the right first, we'll do the right side first. Make sure you've got space on the left side, because we're going to work on kind of flipping over. So if you want to watch first, you're welcome to, otherwise just taking the instruction and going with it, which is always what I'd recommend. So finding that downward dog, you're going to just draw that left heel down onto the floor. You're going to lift the right foot up, come up into a three-legged dog with the right leg lifted. Then you're going to bend the right knee and open up through the right hip, so that eventually your hips are stacking over each other and you're pointing that right toe down towards the left side, okay? Then you're going to come up high on your left tiptoes, roll your left toe, so you're going to just see if you can draw your right hip up to the ceiling, bring your right hip all the way over to the left and your right foot on the floor pointing towards the left side. This is your wild thing. So have a go. You're just flipping your dog, so you're just flipping your right leg up and over and you're lifting your hips up nice and high, squeezing your bum, your hips are high, your toes are both facing the back, your right hands are reaching back. Having a go, breathing in, slowly bringing yourself back. So right hand comes back to the floor, right leg comes up to the sky, and then finding that downward dog again, and then sit down into a child's pose. So sitting back on that child's pose, bring your hands down, drawing your head down to the floor nice and long. Breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly, we'll do the same on the other side. So, bring yourself into your downward dog again. I'm going to see if I can actually have a look this time. I might just direct you. So, from your downward dog, you want to drop your right heel down and lift the left leg up. So you're going to point that left leg away from you. Yep, high, 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 high. Keep the arms straight, lift that left leg up. Bend the left knee, and you're going to draw your left knee towards your right hips. You're going to open up your hips, almost want to lifting, that's it. Try and lift that left hip a little bit more so that you're twisting, bringing that right heel towards the left heel towards the right hip, pointing the left toes. So you're really lifting up, okay. That's it. Now see if you can root down through that right hand, lift the left arm up, see if you can bring the left foot down onto the floor behind you. That's it. Now just twist your body so you can just open up. That's it. Beautiful, beautiful. See if you can reach forward a bit more. Inhaling, exhaling, and slowly bring yourself back up to that downward dog. So do it all the way. Lift that left leg up and then lowering down. Well done. You flip the dog. That's good. See, it's fun sometimes. All right, come back into your downward dog. We're going to roll forward into a high plank, so those hips are in line with our shoulders, and then lower your knees, release your feet, bend the elbows, all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it down on the floor, it's all good. Hands come outside the outer edges of our mat, so fingertips on the floor, drop your head down. Roll your shoulders, point your toes away, lift your hips up, and look over your left shoulder. Lift your hips up, I didn't mean that, I meant lift your chest up. Roll your shoulders, push your hips into the floor and lift your chest. Look over the left shoulder, back to the centre. Look over the right shoulder, back to the centre. Elbows bent and lower your chest back down onto the floor. Good, sit back into a child's pose, stretch it out, stretch that lower back. Knees out to the side, toes together, hands walk forward, lengthen through your spine, head on the floor. Deep breath in and out. And again, in and out. Well done. Walk your hands back to under your shoulders. Bring yourself back up into your tabletop and then sit on the mat with your soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent. So we did the bridge yesterday, and we're going to do just one more strengthening before we come back into the bridge and relax, because we just want to stretch out the lower back. Before we do that, we're going to do our boat. So sitting up, feet flat on the floor, you're going to lift the right foot up and flex the right foot. And then you're going to bring your left foot up, flex the left foot. Roll your shoulders back and draw your chest towards your knees. So your shins are parallel with the floor and your feet are flexed. Hold it here. Have a go, releasing the right hand and the left. Squeeze those knees together. Keep the shins parallel. Maybe pointing your toes, lengthening your legs, but keeping your chest up high. Keep breathing, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Bend the knees and flex the feet. Lift the chest forward and then lowering down. Point the toes. We're going to go down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant work. Feet on the floor, knees are bent. Keep those knees tracking your ankles. Reach down, brush the fingertips with your heels. When you're ready, planting the feet down, squeeze your bum and peel your hips up off the floor, drawing your chest forward towards the ceiling and your hips coming up as high as you can. Roll your shoulder blades underneath you. See if you can interlace your fingers, rolling those shoulder blades all the way underneath so your chest stays high, your hips stays high, your knees are tracking your ankles and you're pressing those feet on the floor. Keep breathing, inhaling and lifting, squeezing your bum, nice, stretching your lower back, lifting up, lifting up. Come up onto your tiptoes, so heels come off the floor, releasing your shoulders out to the side and lowering down. So feel your spine lowering, middle spine, lower spine, hips come to the floor. Let your whole back on the floor. Bring your soles of your feet together on your knees, out to the outer edges, so you're making a diamond shape with your knees. Hands are out, extended from your shoulders, so you're nice and relaxed. Push those soles of your feet together and knees out to the side. Breathing in here and out. Then you're going to bring your knees back in, so hug your knees in to your chest and rock side to side. Massage your lower back. Squeeze your chin and chest in towards you, so bring your shoulders up off the floor, forehead towards your knees, nice big ball, and then release down. You're going to just drop your left leg down onto the floor, hug your right knee in. We're going to take a nice spinal twist. So using your left hand to grab hold of your right knee, right hand comes out to the side. Draw that right knee over to the left. You're going to look over your right shoulder. Keep both shoulders on the floor and twisting here, lengthening and twisting. Stretching your outer hip, your outer thigh. Keep the shoulders on the floor. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to the center.
Hug in one more time, rock from side to side, whatever feels good. Extend the right leg out on the floor, hug the left knee in. Release your left arm out to the side, and then using your right hand, draw your left knee over to the right. Keep the shoulders on the floor and look over your left shoulder. Twisting here, opening through the chest, opening through your shoulders. Really good. And then slowly coming back up to the center. Give yourself one last hug. And then before we take our Shavasana, our resting pose, we're going to take a happy baby, which is quite funny. So you're going to bring your knees down towards your shoulders and then open your legs, bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Push the soles of your feet up to the sky and draw your knees down to your shoulders. So this is quite fun because we're just on our own, we're not in a studio and you haven't got 100 bums in the air. But just rock side to side, have a bit of fun with it, give yourself a smile. This has been a really good uplifting practice today because we've just had a bit of fun, balancing, and we are ready to go into our final relaxation. So just slowly allow yourself to come into your relaxation pose. So your legs down on the floor, heels on the edges of your mat, ankles nice and open, hands just outside your hips, palms face up. Squeeze everything in towards your nose, a nice tight face, and then let it go. Lick your lips, just let the tip of your tongue rest inside the roof of your mouth. And just allow the breath to come in and out. Being still, supported, and resting. Really good. Slowly start to deepen your breathing and bring your awareness back into your physical body. So wriggling your fingers and toes, rolling your ankles and wrists, drawing your knees up into your chest, giving yourself a hug, rolling from side to side, again rolling over onto your right side, having the last few moments of stillness, letting everything settle, and when you're ready, bring yourself up to seated. So we can end as we began, only a little bit taller, a little bit more lighter, and full of smiles. So sit up tall, give yourself a smile, well done. Inhale, arms up over your head, palms together. Exhale, lower those elbows down, hands come down through heart center, palms together. Roll your forehead forward just so you can brush your third eye with your fingertips for Sila practice. Deep breath in, out. Namaste. Thank you very much.